Hey there, sausages. Jason back again with another book review, and this time we're going to be looking at something that isn't Star Wars. Oh my god! We're going to be looking at Alien Covenant. Basically, this is a novelization of the movie. This one was written by Alan Dean Foster, and if you've seen the movie, I mean, you've basically read the book. It's kind of interesting sometimes to go back and read a book about a movie that was a movie first and then turned into a book. But in this case, it seems like the book was based after lots to do with the screenplay. So there's actually things inside this book that weren't in the actual movie. They could be in like deleted scenes in the future release. But as it flows basically the same with just some minor changes. Talking about Alien Covenant specifically, I really enjoyed the movie, and even more so, I think I liked the book. It's just, I was reading it the same way that I do every other book. I read it on break while I'm at work. But then one day I sort of sat down and started reading it, and I got to the part where, and yeah, possible spoilers if you haven't already seen it, where the first actual, like, alien attack happens. By alien attack, I mean by the first time that the little black motes actually like went inside one of the other characters and spawned an alien. Basically, after I got to that point, I became incredibly hungry for reading the book, and I went home from work and just continued reading it until I was done. So I'm gonna say that I actually really did enjoy it. It's very scientific in the way that it's written. There's lots of words in here that even I had to kind of look up the meaning for, but through the process of reading it, you sort of basically understand it. I like the view that it takes on all of the characters. It flows exactly like the movie, and it's not like, and having watched the movie twice and then going back and reading the book, I read it and I see the way that things happened. And I sort of like know the inflection that the characters are actually taking, because it's some of the things that they say dialogue-wise are line for line. But I will say that the added clarification of certain aspects of the book helps me understand the movie even better and helps me just sort of enjoy it a little bit more. It's, I don't know, like, there's lots of people that are sort of down on the Alien franchise right now. They were definitely down on Prometheus, even more so on Alien 3. And Alien Resurrection was kind of like, what? But then there was that cool alien thing that was a human-alien hybrid. Woo! But I don't know. I've actually been a pretty big fan of the series for the most part. I mean, Alien 3 and Resurrection, you know, whatever. But Prometheus and Alien Covenant, I love them. Absolutely great. I actually would like to see a novelization of Prometheus just the same way. Maybe it would actually do the same thing where it helps sort of like reinforce certain things that happen inside the movie and sort of explain them just a little bit better. I'll have to look up and see if I can't find one of those, but I will say that this book helps the movie make more sense. Not that it didn't really. I don't know. People said that the movie was like a mess plot-wise, being that they were dealing with like the Daniels character and the colonization, and then also the fact that there was the two androids and how they were meshing together. But honestly, I think that it went just the way that it should have. Either way, the book is a good read. I had a lot of fun with it, and if you are a big fan of the Alien series and you're looking for more clarification on the actual movie itself, definitely pick up this. I got this for like $5 on Amazon the day that it came out. And, you know, it's whatever. I mean, because usually what books come out as the hardback first. They cost like $30 for some stupid reason. But apparently the books on the Alien series, done by mainly the same guy. Like the guy that did this one also did Alien and Aliens, which I'm going to pick up those and read those as well. Actually, were relatively cheap as far as the price goes, and the quality as well. I like to point out the like weird spelling errors and grammatical errors that they make in books, which I had found plenty in some of the Star Wars books that I was reading. None of that in here, as far as I'm aware. But anyway, I liked it very much for the fact that it helped explain Alien Covenant just that little bit better. Just, I guess I could touch on like a couple key aspects. One, I liked the detail in the actual infection scene. I like that a lot. I like the detail in the actual birth of the aliens as well, especially the final alien at the end. It sort of helped explain like why it was, an actual fully formed alien with arms and everything. Like in the book, it actually starts off as a worm-like chestburster, which basically evolves in front of David's eyes to something that actually resembles the actual alien. There's also the fact that when it came to Lope getting infected and actually having an alien burst on board the ship, it actually helps explain how and why that happened better than it did in the movie. Because if you watch the movie, he's protecting himself with his arm. There's no way that the alien facehugger could have gotten its little proboscis, its ovipositor, down his throat and implanted the egg in that short amount of time. Because it didn't. It actually didn't. And the book basically says that there was no actual insemination of Lope at that point in time. Basically, that happened when he went onto the ship and David had produced one of the little facehuggers and somehow reawoken it and then used it at that point in time to infect Lope. Which makes sense because if you put that in conjunction with the fact that Mother was shut down at the time, so there's no way that Mother could have actually witnessed any of that stuff happening. David could very well have gotten away with it. But stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. Ending, it hit like a couple different beats, and I think I appreciate the ending in the movie better than I do the ending in the book. So I would like to know where this book fell in terms of when they were writing the script and when they consider the script actually finished. But aside from that, it's definitely a good read. If you have any questions or comments about this book or the movie in general, I'd like to start a discussion on that one. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, keep reading, and we'll see you next time. Bye.